Good day mga bay. Ito po si Bert Amplayo once again. And para sa Bert Talks, ngayong oras na to ay pag-uusapan natin yung tungkol sa North Korea na planong magpadala ng 100,000 sundalo para tutulong sa Russia sa kanilang invasion doon sa Ukraine. Ang dami nun, no? So, eto, yung nakalap natin na balita, no? According to the New York Post, Russian state TV, North Korea offering Kremlin 100,000 volunteers. North Korea has offered to send 100,000 soldiers to bolster Russia's invasion attempt in Ukraine, Russian state TV has claimed. The pariah state's offer of military assistance could not be immediately verified, but it was seized upon by Russian defense pundit Igor Korochenko. There are reports that 100,000 North Korean volunteers are prepared to come and take part in the conflict, Korochenko said on Russian Channel 1. Kung sakali lang magkakatotoo to, malaking magiging epekto sa ongoing na Russian invasion doon sa Ukraine. Lalo na yung tinatawag na North Korean forces may experience in terms of counter-battery warfare. Na ngayon medyo tagilid yung Russia dahil sa pinadala ng Amerika na HIMARS, yung missile na ginagamit ngayon ng Ukraine para pulbusin yung Russian forces at yung mga North Korean may experience sa mga ganitong bagay. Korochenko was notably interested in what he called North Koreans' wealth of experience with counter-battery warfare, a telling remark given reports of Ukraine's long-range artillery success since acquiring US-made HIMARS rocket system in June. Dito, sabi pa sa ibang report, North Korea offers 100,000 troops for Putin's war on Ukraine. Russia's Vladimir Putin could accept 100,000 North Korean troops to augment fighting forces in Ukraine. Prominent Russian defense expert and state TV host Igor Korochenko told viewers that North Korea offered volunteers to come and take part in the conflict. So, meron talagang napabalita na mag-volunteer yung mga puwersa ng North Korea. Sabi dito, seemingly, no consideration was given to what constitutes a volunteer force in an authoritarian state such as North Korea. Hindi natin alam kung mga civilian to or na volunteers or regular forces coming from North Korea. Pero sabi dito yung North Korea's vast experience in counter-battery warfare, ibig sabihin mga sundalo talagang regular na may karanasan sa ganitong pakikipagdigma, no? So kung tingnan natin by comparison, no? Kasi medyo tagilid yung Russia ngayon sa Ukraine kasi ang dami nang namatay, no, ng mga miyembro ng Russian forces. Ang tingnan natin kung gaano kalaki yung puwersa ng Russia as compared to Ukraine, no? Dito makikita natin yung personnel ng Russia sa buong Russian Armed Forces ay umabot sa 900,000 personnel, while Ukraine has 196,600 personnel. So almost 200,000 personnel as compared to Russia's close to 1 million personnel. Okay? Hindi pa pinag-uusapan dito ang reserve force. Alright? So, ang Russia may armed fighting vehicles na 15,857 as compared to Ukraine's 3,309. Mas malaki talaga ang agwat, no? Between Russia and Ukraine, mas malaki talaga yung Russian forces. Pero, hindi po pwedeng i-concentrate lahat ng Russia yung puwersa niya Kasi ang Russia, napakalaking bansa na kailangan depensahan. Ang daming borders, iba't ibang mga countries na nakapaligid sa Russia. So hindi pwedeng iiwan lang doon ng basta-basta yung mga base militar at saka mga detachments at na basta hindi basta-basta iwan yon para i-concentrate yung puwersa nila sa Ukraine. So kailangan nilang tulong from outside para ma-augment yung puwersa, existing puwersa ng Russia ngayon sa Ukraine na medyo malaki-laki rin yung nabawas dahil nga yung Ukraine palaban, no? So kung titingnan natin dito, ang North Korea may 1.2 million active personnel sa kanilang bansa, military personnel. Ibig sabihin na kahit bawasan pa yan ng 100,000, may matitira pa rin na 1.1 or 1,180,000 personnel kung babawasan ng 100,000 at ipapadala sa Ukraine to augment, to support Russian forces. Alright? Kung sabaga, napakalaking impact nito kung sakasakali na magkakatotoo na magpapadala nga si Kim Jong-un ng 100,000 soldiers, 100,000 sundalo. Alright? So, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Well, we don't know yung may mga agreements ba between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, yung North Korean leader. Pero most likely, there's no such thing as free lunch, no? Hindi pwede namang magpapadala ng puwersa ang North Korea na libre. So most likely, may iba rin akong nabalita na nasagap na balita na ang ganitong move ng North Korea para tutulong sa Russian forces may kapalit. And alam natin na ang Russia is one of those big suppliers ng oil at gas, no? So most probably, in exchange for a large volume of gas, oil, or all those kinds of resources na kailangan ng North Korea, ay ibibigay most likely ng Russia. At maliban sa gas, sa oil at iba pang produkto, yung pagkain. Ang Russia, ang daming supply ng pagkain na pwedeng may bigay sa North Korea. Kasi yung North Korea medyo hindi talaga kalakasan yung ekonomiya. So ang daming mga tao na nagugutom. Maliban na lang kay Kim Jong-un kasi ang daming pera noon at ang daming pagkain. Lahat ng mga bagay nasa kanya. Material na bagay, lahat. So yung posible na kabayaran or in exchange sa 100,000 soldiers ng North Korea, posible yung petroleum galing sa kwan, no? Yung oil galing sa Russia, tsaka yung pagkain na pwedeng ipamigay sa North Korea. So dito makikita natin kung ilan ba yung puwersa ng NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, na pinangungunahan ng America. So sa continental Europe, may 74,000 US military personnel stationed in Europe mismo today. No? This is according to the US Congressional Research Service. So yung numero na yon lalaki pa in the event of expanded conflict or war. Kasi pag tuluyang magpadala ang North Korea ng puwersa na 100,000 sundalo sa Ukraine, no? Maaalerto yung NATO at hindi naman basta-basta na walang gagawin yung NATO. So they would be on a very high alert if that becomes a reality. So kung titingnan natin dito, ang puwersa ng Russia na parang yung matatawag natin na casualty, no? Na pinasok ng Russian forces yung Ukraine, ganito na ang naging losses ng Russian army. estimated na casualty or namatay Russian soldiers 42,800. Okay? At yung aircraft nila na napabagsak ng Ukraine ay aabot sa 232. Helicopters 193. Yung mga tangke na destroyed by Ukrainian forces 1,832. Armored personnel carrier 4,076. Artillery system 971, and all those other fuel tanks 76, MLRS, yung boats 15 at vehicles. Yun yung military equipment na nasira ng Ukrainian forces. So mga Russian equipments to. At yung personnel, mga sundalo, umabot na sa 42,800 ang namatay ng mga Russians doon sa Ukraine. So kaya nga kailangan talaga ng Russia ng reinforcement, not necessarily coming from the Russian armed forces kasi may mga pwesto na yan sa buong Russia na sobrang lawak ng border na kailangang babantayan. Alright? So sa ibang revelation ng CIA, Russian casualties in Ukraine surpassed 75,000 according to US intelligence, most probably yung CIA. So sila mismo yung nag-estimate, instead na 42,800 yung namatay ng mga Russian soldiers, para sa kanilang estimate sa CIA, umabot na sa 75,000 ka mga sundalo. Roughly half of the Russian troops initially sent to invade Ukraine are estimated to have been killed or wounded, indicating that the ongoing conflict has enacted a sizable toll on Russia. That's over 75,000 Russian soldiers have been either killed or wounded. Russia began its invasion on February 24. Slotkin made the remarks after attending a classified briefing on the war on Ukraine with Biden administration officials who described the Russian military as drained. So, drained na talaga yung puwersa ng Russia doon sa Ukraine. Kaya nangangailangan sila ng augmentation, yung support, yung panibagong puwersa. No? In the lead up to its invasion of Ukraine, Russia reportedly amassed 150,000 soldiers along the Ukrainian border. So, ibig sabihin, kung yung puwersa nila nasa 150,000, yung casualty ay 75,000, kalahati. Kalahati yung namatay. More or less. Yung casualty ng Russia. Since then, figures and Russian losses have remained nebulous. The new numbers, if confirmed, would mean heavy losses for Russia as Ukraine presses ahead with a counter-offensive. So medyo nahirapan yung Russia doon sa Ukraine. Ito yung mga Russian forces sa Ukraine. At ito naman yung Ukrainian forces na palaban din na hindi natitinag. So ang daming casualty rin sa Ukraine, pero mas marami yung casualty ng invading forces. Ito si Volodymyr Zelensky, yung aktor at presidente ng Ukraine. Alright? So ang daming family na na separate nang dahil sa gulo atid ng Russia. Ito yung mga tangke ng mga Russian forces na they were destroyed by Ukrainian forces. Yung mga main battle tanks nila at saka yung mga APC, Armored Personnel Carriers. So they were destroyed by Ukrainian forces with the help of American war materials. Lalo na yung HIMAR. So, sunog yung yung Russian vehicle. So, ito naman yung mga eroplano ng Russian forces na destroyed by Ukraine gamit yung mga Stinger missiles at iba pang anti-aircraft na mga kagamitan, usually galing from Europeans or NATO and American aid. So ito helicopter ng Russia bumagsak. So lalong magiging komplikado yung mga magiging sitwasyon doon sa Ukraine kasi pag hahalo yung puwersa ng North Korea sa Russian forces ay lalong lalakas yung Russia. At para kay Kim Jong-un, hindi naman masyadong apektado yung kanilang pangdepensa sa North Korea kasi may 1,280,000 personnel nga yung North Korea. So kung halimbawa i-volunteer niya yung 100,000 may matitira pa yung 1.1 million ka mga personnel sa armed forces ng Korea. So yun yung scenario we are hoping na hindi mangyari kasi pag mangyari yan yung America at saka yung mga North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO member countries siguradong papalag yun. May puwersa na sila. And the presence of North Korean troops in European Peninsula would threaten mismo yung mga member countries ng NATO. So we don't know what will be the result of this. We are just hoping na sana hindi matuloy ito. Kasi baka ito na ang magiging simula ng World War III and that would be the last thing na dapat mangyari sa ating mundo. Dito lang muna tayo at babantayan natin yung development tungkol dito sa possibility na magpapadala ng 100,000 tropa ang North Korea para tulungan ng Russia doon sa Ukraine. Muli po, ito si Bert Tamplayo para sa Bert Talks. Hanggang sa muli.